Hello and welcome to Rooted in Yad, where I talk about what it's really like living in Jamaica so that you can know what to expect and how to thrive if you are planning to make the move here. And today we are getting into... Hello, Editing Misha here. So this is actually part 2 to what my recommendations are for what I think you should bring to Jamaica if you are planning to move here. See, what had happened was I had made one entire video of everything, but then I just thought it was just too long. So I'm like, you know what, let me just cut this in parts. So these are going to still be my recommendations about what I think that you should be bringing to Jamaica, at least just the minimum things or the things that you should bring first when you come here. And by the way, I am still going to have that checklist, the same checklist that I mentioned in the last video. That is also the freebie. That will also be available for you, so you can take notes if you want, but the freebie will be available. It'll be linked in the pinned comment and in the description if you would like to get it. And that freebie actually covers what was in the last video and in this one. Okay, so I'm gonna just jump right into part 2, and I hope that you find it informative. Now, I want to talk about some other things that I'm going to recommend that you bring, or you might want to bring. One of the first things I'm going to recommend are your devices if you need them. Okay, laptops, tablets, iPads, phones, gaming consoles, portable printers, headsets, stuff like that. Speaking of phones, okay, I think it is very good. I think that you should ensure that your phone is unlocked before you come here. So you should be able to call your phone service provider and ask them to unlock your phone. Or, you can kind of bandulu the thing and have some other service people unlock your phone for you, because there are services like that out there. But you don't have to come here and buy a phone if you don't want to. You can bring your phone with you so long as it is unlocked, because you want it to work with the carriers out here. And it's also good if you have a dual SIM phone. So I'm recommending this because, or I'm talking about this because both Flow and Digicel are the two phone providers here, and if possible, you want to have both chips. You want one from each, so that if one doesn't work, if one goes down, the other one works. You want credit on both of them. I will link the video where I talk about the phone and internet in Jamaica. But I mean, you don't have to have a dual SIM phone. It's just good if you do. So maybe just if you have a newer phone, you probably do. Just do a quick Google search and then see if your phone has it. Or just pop out where the SIM card goes, and then if it's a dual SIM, it'll say SIM 1 on one side, and then on the other side it'll say SIM 2. Okay, now I do want to say a quick note about the printer. I would suggest, you don't have to, but I would suggest bringing a portable printer to print your documents, because if you're doing stuff, especially related to immigration or anything like that, they really like their paperwork. So you're going to need to print things. You're going to need to get things signed. You're going to need to print things again and get things signed again. And I promise it's going to be real inconvenient having to go around finding a printing place. So I recommend I have the Canon TR150. Hold on, let me get it. I can actually show you guys the printer today because I have it. So I would recommend the Canon TR150. This is what it looks like. It's kind of dusty. It's very cute. You see how I can hold it with one hand? Very light. Opens up. Okay, it's real dusty. Listen, I just moved. Okay, just please bear with me. Real dusty. And it has a battery in the back. Okay, so if the power goes out, you can still use it. If you go to the bank or something and you need to print something, you don't have to go home. You can just print it on the spot. Just bring some paper, you take it out your bag, you print your stuff on the spot, and you give it to the people. So it's I find it very, very convenient. And when I was looking for portable printers, it seemed to have one of the best, if not the best, reviews. This printer, you can also carry it in your carry-on, which is what I did. I think I carried it in my personal item. Because as I said, it's very light. It's 5 pounds. So, and then the battery part of it is, it fits within the restrictions for the airlines. So I would recommend getting it. You don't have to, but I would recommend getting it. Maybe on sale though, because it's I didn't realize it was kind of pricey. I bought it because I'm I need this. And I did, and I still use it. But maybe get it on sale. Okay. Now the next thing I would recommend bringing are, oh, and I would also recommend bringing the printer because remember, like, it's over that 99 US dollar. Okay, right. Now, for the other stuff I want to talk about, so I would recommend bringing with you stuff to keep your skin protected from the sun, sunscreen, hats, sunglasses, maybe a parasol. I mean, you can probably buy these things after you land, and you can probably buy them here, right? But I'm thinking you would need them pretty immediately, right? So that's why I'm recommending bringing those. The next thing that I would maybe recommend is if you watch a lot of TV, maybe bringing a TV with you. I mean, will it fit in your suitcase? You would have to pad it up real good. But the barrel, like maybe you could put it in a barrel. If it can fit in a barrel or I don't know, a crate or something, like I would recommend that because I think last year or so I had to go buy a TV and the TV prices out here are ridiculous. And I thought, like, I have bought cheap TVs in Canada, and they never sounded like the cheap TVs here. I mean, they're real cheap. Like they sound like tin cans. It's so awful. We had to return it and go get a better TV, and we had to shell out a lot of money. I think we spent like $300 to $500 or something stupid on a TV. So if you watch TV, I would recommend bringing one with you. Probably any TV you get is going to be better probably than what you can buy out here. Although I will say, I have not been to Kingston. Maybe Kingston, if you're going to Kingston, Kingston's where all the stuff is, a lot more stuff is. I'm here in Montego Bay, so I'm kind of restricted in what I can purchase here because there's just a lot more in Kingston because it's the capital. So maybe they have more in Kingston, but I would just recommend bringing your own TV. Okay, and then the next thing I would also recommend is a mattress cover. I would recommend bringing this with you as opposed to buying it online or buying this here because it's probably something that I think you would need pretty immediately. You know, like probably on the first night, you're gonna wanna like put the mattress cover on the bed to protect protect yourself or protect the bed. Like if it's a newer bed, you want to protect the bed, right? Keep it nice and fresh, but then you also want to protect yourself. Although like, it's not like, I don't think Jamaica has like a bed bug issue out here. I haven't heard that, but you know, just, I'm going to cover my bed. I'm going to cover my bed. I would recommend getting the zip up covers though. Don't get like the button up. I don't know if they still make button up ones anymore. I wouldn't recommend getting the button up ones though. I'd recommend getting the zipper ones. It's just much easier to put on, and then you're going to want to ensure it has like that flap to go over the ends of the zipper part so like nothing can kind of like creep in through the top and bottom parts of the zipper. Okay, and I think the last thing maybe I would recommend is like quality sheets and pillows. Now to be honest, I haven't actually bought sheets here. I brought them with me because I have heard other expats talking about how they need good quality sheets and stuff like that. Yeah, they brought their sheets with them. I brought my sheets with me because I had them already. I really liked them. So I brought them with me. Now the pillows, I would only recommend you bringing, because I don't know, they have pillows here. You can probably be fine with the pillows here. But if your neck is sensitive like mine, okay, like I need a particular pillow to ensure my neck doesn't crick when I sleep and then I don't wake up having to like turn my whole body in order to turn. Okay, if you're like me, bring a pillow that you know works for your sensitive neck. Otherwise you'll probably be fine with the pillows over here. Okay, and then I think the last thing I do want to mention is you're coming to Jamaica, right? You need to be using Jamaican dollars, please. Yes, they have like US dollar, like they accept the US dollars for a lot of stuff here, a lot of stuff in a lot of places, but US dollar is not the official currency of Jamaica, and a lot of things here are done in cash. So you need to go and get Jamaican dollars, right? But don't exchange it at the airport. I mean, you can, but like, you know how when you go to the airport and like all the food and drinks and everything is overpriced? Yeah, okay, it's gonna be the same thing with the currency exchange. They're gonna be skimming a lot of money off of you. So with the exchange fees and whatever the fees they tack on. So I would recommend you actually go to an ATM and pull out money. They will ask you how much in Jamaican dollars that you need to pull out, and then you can do that. You can also go to places like, I don't know, there's like, just go, if you're gonna exchange money, like you have cash and you're gonna exchange it, just don't do it in the airport. Do it outside of the airport because you're gonna get more favorable rates. I don't think you'll ever get a cheaper rate in the airport. Like when you're leaving, I don't think you'll ever get a cheaper rate. But yeah, if you have like a Visa, debit, Visa, MasterCard, by the way, MasterCard I find has more favorable rates than Visa. You know, you can pull out the cash. I think the Scotiabank ATMs allows you to pull out, if you still want to pull out US dollars, you can at the Scotiabank ATM, but I would suggest getting Jamaican dollars. The people, as I said, a lot of things are done in cash and a lot of people are not going to know the currency conversion for US to Jamaican. And then you might end up like overpaying for something and you don't know and they don't know because they don't know the currency exchange. Either that or they're gonna see your US dollars and be like, oh, you're from foreign, so you have money, and then the price inflates. You don't want that. So just do things in Jamaican dollars. Okay, so I think that's it. That is it from me today. So I'm doing like a series. I guess this is a normal thing that I do now, the series, right? I'm doing like a series. So in the next video, I'm gonna specifically talk about what I think you should put in a barrel and ship versus what I think you should bring with you on the plane. So if you are interested in that, be sure to look out for the next video. In the meantime, I do hope that you found this video helpful or informative or at least entertaining. If you did, do let me know. But I do want to hear from you, okay? If you're a Jamaican or you're living here, what else do you think that people need to bring? Or if you visited Jamaica before and you're like, oh, I found that I really needed this. You didn't talk about this particular thing. Share it in the comments. Share it in the comments. Let everybody know. And share it for me too, because I might learn something. And if you're planning to move here, don't leave without grabbing your freebies, please. Other than the one that I talked about earlier, I do have more freebies, and I'm trying to, you know, constantly create more freebies to help you guys out. I do have a freebie, by the way, that I think would be helpful about, it's a calendar. It's a calendar with the like typical seasons in Jamaica, with the Jamaican holidays, the typical events that go on, and that'll kind of help you plan when you want to come. If you want to come during a busier time when things are up and popping, then you can. If you want to come during a slower time, probably when things are cheaper, then you can look at the calendar and kind of like figure things out that way. And the last thing is, I do want to mention, if you want even more support, I have created a few more resources to help your transition here go even smoother. I have a new thing that I'm offering. A new thing I'm offering is if you are moving here soon-ish, okay, and you would like some hands-on guidance, I now am working with people one-on-one. I will help you one-on-one, and I have a few different ways to do so. Well, a couple different ways to do so. We can do voice notes. I provide voice note support. So like you can voice note me on WhatsApp. I provide support to you that way, or we can get on a call, a video call, but if you're not comfortable with video, then a voice call. But the point is we can get on a call, or you can send voice notes. And I'm doing this to help you, you know, move here. If you need hands-on guidance, I got you is the point. So everything is linked below if you're interested in that. Now, if you don't want the one-on-one support, that's totally fine. I do have a Moving to Jamaica starter guide. It is still in early access mode, but you get parts 1 and 2. That's like 50 pages of information, and people have said that they found it helpful already. Multiple people have gotten it and have said that they found it helpful. And it's early access, so it's a cheap price. It's only $10. If you want it, it's only $10. So I have that to help you as well. Then there is the Clarity Workbook. So if you are questioning whether Jamaica is really right for you, if it aligns with your vision, that's what this workbook is for. I actually use it to help me figure out what I want out of life, which is what led me to Jamaica. So if you're interested in something like that, it's only $5. And then I do have a journal. If you're interested in a journal, I do have a journal with the same prompts that I use to help me keep grounded. It's the Grounded and Growing Journal. Sounds kind of cute. And it's printable, so I am working on a digital version, but it is printable for now. So if you're interested in that, it's only $7. And if you're interested in any of these things, the links will be in the comments and in the description. In the meantime, thank you for watching. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you being here. And if you like this video and you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss the next one. And I'll see you in the next one.